Kakalosh Boker Or. Bekiim Bahalacha, this is 5. Siman Tav Kuf Nun Aleph. We are on Halacha Pehei. Pehei is 85. We're talking about now the night of the Brit Milah, which is called the night before the Brit Milah, which is called the Brit Yitzchak. The traditional meal served on the evening for the Brit Milah, which is called the Brit Yitzchak, where they read the Zohar. It's not considered a Seudat Mitzvah. Okay? And therefore, you're not allowed to eat meat during that time. And see above Halacha 38. Right? Pei Vav 86. Milah that was postponed. So again, it's a Brit Milah, but it's postponed. It's permissible to eat meat at a Brit Milah even if the infant was ill, and therefore they had to postpone it after they say. This is true only if the circumcision is performed at the first opportunity that the infant could become well, right, was circumcised. If the parents purposely postponed it even further in order to have meat during the 9 days, for sure it's going to be prohibited. Right? The father has committed a grave sin in postponing the circumcision more than necessary, meaning that if he goes, no, I prefer in the middle of the 9 days. Why? That way we could have a good, meat to meal. So then for sure that's no good. 87. What about the Baalei Brit? The Baalei Brit, which is basically the father of the boy, of the child, the Sandak and the Moel, those are called the Baalei Brit always, to do with Tacharunim and everything else. They may eat meat throughout the day of the circumcision, not only just at the celebration. Even when one eats alone in his home, he may also eat since the day is Yom Tov, a day of special celebration for the three of them. What about Bar Mitzvah? So on a boy's 13th birthday, the meal served there is considered a Bar Mitzvah, and therefore it's permissible for the people to eat meat and drink wine during the 9 days. If his birthday is the 8th of Av, however, it's best to postpone the celebration until after Tisha B'Av. So here, if you look at 112 on the footnote, it says it appears from the language here, right, that it's permitted only if the celebration takes place at the boy's 13th birthday, but if the celebration takes place on another day, you can't serve meat. And this is the same thing to do with music, meaning it has to be Bo Bayom. You ever heard of the concept Bo Bayom? Bo Bayom means the same day, meaning the Bar Mitzvah is actually that day. It's not that, I decided to do a Bar Mitzvah today. You understand? On the same day as the Bar Mitzvah, and it can't be that it's a Wednesday to Thursday. No, it has to be the exact same day as the Bar Mitzvah. Okay? 89. If someone happens, right, which is going to be Peitet, right? If someone happens to complete a Siyum, right, he does a Siyum Masechet. So all the relatives and the friends invited to the celebration also could eat meat. Since it's a genuine mitzvah celebration, this includes people who did not participate in studying the Gemara, right? And certainly those people who give financial support to him, that's for sure, right? Because obviously that's going to be fine. So, you could be Mekel. There's basis to be lenient and allow people to eat meat, even if people are studying to try to purposely schedule the completion to take place during the 9 days. Even if they quicken their pace or slow their pace, you could be still permitted. So it's something incredible. I mean, you could start making a siyum masechet during this time, and you purposely pace it out to get there. If someone completed a masechet sometime before the 9 days, but he postponed studying until the final pass until then you could not do it. Meaning, I could slow down my pace or quicken my pace to finish, but I can't just leave behind the last little tiny few lines and then I'm going to finish it now during the 9 days. That you can't do. Okay, the response to Kinyan Torah rule that it is possible to divide the Masechet among a group of people. So each people study 1 page or 2 pages. When they finish the allotment, right, they could celebrate together. However, this is a leniency beyond the norm of the halacha, and one may not rely upon it. Some more details regarding the study of a Gemara, of a Siyum, right, is brought down in the Pesach edition of English edition over there, starting from halacha, right, 18. So here it says in the footnote 113, I'm just on the previous page, that Rishon LeZion brings down, right, to testify that the disciples of Yisrael Baal Shem Tov had the custom of arranging to complete the study of Masechet during the 9 days and to drink wine and eat meat during the celebration. This was not because they loved meat and wine so much, but because by holding the celebration this time, they succeed in weakening the power of the Yetzer Hara of Esav. Right? He says, of the guardian of Esav, like Samech Mem. The customers are refrained from even saying his name, right? That's why we just call it Samech Mem. This name alludes to the initial letters, right, of a Hebrew word Siyum Masechet, right, is Mem, right, Samech Mem. So he says, do not celebrate a complete or total Suda Mitzvah in Lasot. So he says, so by expressly doing this, we can weaken his powers. Therefore, that's why it's good to do a Suda Mitzvah during the 9 days. Meaning, purposely, they would come and do a Siyum Masechet during the 9 days in order to weaken the Sitra Achara, in order to weaken the Satan. Okay, 114. Where is this one? There it is. That you can't postpone it until the end. So he says this paragraph, right, was composed by Rav Bitan. The sources of the Biomer where the Rishonim ruled that one may not completely study a Gemara and leave over just a final passage just for the 14th of Nisan to do the completion, the celebration. This follows the response of the Nishal David and the Rucha Shulchan. Although there are other poskim who ruled leniently in the manner, it would appear the Maran likewise ruled for the same thing for the meat. Meaning there are heterim, there are people that are lenient. I think it's better not to do such a thing, and he says, but there are some people that they do that. Fine. Number 90. Yeah, some people have the custom, right? There's halachat sadi. Some people have the custom of sitting eating meat even at a celebration of mitzvah. They only eat fish or other foods. This was established custom in Smyrna. So he says in any community where the custom is not clearly defined, one may be lenient. Those Jews in Smyrna who have may also adopt the local custom and eat during Suda Mitzvah. Since they left Smyrna permanently, they are no longer stringent customs of that community. Okay, 91. When someone participates in celebration of mitzvah during the 9 days, he does not have to make hatarat nedarim to be permitted to eat meat. He does not mean that he's not going to permanently eat meat. It just means that today he doesn't have to eat meat because of the Suda mitzvah. Bekiim Bahalacha too, because we already said hatarat nedarim is when you stop the minhag. Here you're not stopping the minhag. You just have a heter to eat meat because of a siyum masechet or because of whatever it is. Even number 92, even someone who is in the year of mourning. Sorry, thank you. Of the passing of his father or mother also may participate in the celebration of a siyum masechet during the 9 days.